representing Florida's 17th Congressional District, Congressman Greg Steube. Congressman, thanks for joining the program. How are you?
Yeah, good. How are you? Thanks for having me.
Well, where do we start? We'll get to that in a second, where the administration wants to stop people coming down to Florida to get a suntan where you live. Ridiculousness. Let's just kick it off with the impeachment. So these videos that the Democrats have been airing, we've been fact-checking, since no one in the mainstream corporate activist media will. They're outright lies. They're doctoring these videos, or they're snipping and clipping what they want the senators and the American people to hear.
And purposely taking out the video of the president saying peacefully and patriotically, go let your voices be heard. Nothing in his speech, and if you read the transcript and watch the video, there's nothing in his speech that raises to the level of incitement of violence. That's the factual issues of all of this. Let's not even get to that. Let's talk about the constitutional issues. You have somebody who's not the president that's being impeached, and it should show the American people, if the Chief Justice of the U.S. Supreme Court is not willing to come and preside over the impeachment proceedings, that should tell every American that even the Chief Justice of the U.S. Supreme Court views this as an unconstitutional impeachment of a president, because he's not a president anymore. The Constitution doesn't say former president. It doesn't say previous president. It says president, and his conviction would remove him from office. Well, if he's not in office anymore, then you can't remove him from office. So just the constitutional pieces of this, not even getting into the factual issues, it is obvious from the day the President Trump took office, the Democrats will stop at nothing to impeach this president, even when he's not in office anymore.
Exactly. We now know, thanks to the documents released, we had on John Solomon yesterday from Just the News. He's read through all those documents the president released before he left office, proving that the Russian collusion hoax was that, in fact, a hoax. All made up. The FBI was complicit. We don't have to go there. So they've done nothing but attack and lie about our president for 4 years, and they're continuing to do it with this impeachment sham. You talked about the doctored video from yesterday where they omitted the part saying peacefully and patriotically. Today, they clip out and they use, and I'm so sick and tired of this 3-year-old video, the Very Fine People video from Charlottesville. They leave out the part where the president did condemn KKK Nazis and white nationalists. They left that out.
Well, of course. And they also, the video that they're showing is video of the attacks on the Capitol. All the Republicans, including the president, have condemned those actions and condemned that violence. So the purpose of the impeachment is that the president, according to their allegation, incited violence against the Capitol. Showing videos of that he's not a part of, obviously is just trying to emotionalize and sensationalize what happened at the Capitol on January 6th. And it is not a factual evidence or any evidence whatsoever directly to the president that is impeachable conduct.
Yeah, well, and it worked on day one. They got one more Republican defector from Louisiana there. So, you know, they got 6 now on their side. They need 17. And so I think they're hoping these doctored videos will convince the 11 more that they need. I want to pivot a little bit from the impeachment, because I'm sure Americans are getting impeachment fatigue like me. And we've still got another, week and a half of this nonsense. This is literally, to me, it's worse than like college political theater. Like some little theater group that you would go watch and go, what did I pay for? We got to talk about what's going on in your home state of Florida. This administration now toying with the notion of restricting travel to Florida when they just opened up travel back that President Trump had stopped with several nations that harbor terrorists, while they're encouraging illegal immigrants to come on over too. All these folks could have COVID, but you can't go to Florida and work on your tan, Congressman, because you guys opened up months ago and you might have COVID.
Well, you said it. I mean, we're going to allow terrorists to come in from terrorist harboring countries that President Trump blocked for a number of years from coming into this country to protect our country from a national security perspective. Then the Biden administration is going to allow thousands of illegal immigrants to come across the border, not being tested for COVID, not even talking about COVID. We're going to let illegal immigrants come into our country, but we're then going to restrict travel to and from great states like the state of Florida. And they're completely misrepresenting the factual information. There's no COVID spike here in Florida. And I'll tell you, here in Sarasota, just at Sarasota Memorial Hospital, and these are the latest numbers from February, the patients hospitalized with COVID at Sarasota Memorial Hospital is 6.27%. In December, it was 10%. That's a 4% reduction in hospitalizations just here in Sarasota County. The 7-day positivity rate has gone from 5.4% in November to 3.2% in February. a reduction of 2% in the 7-day positivity rate. They're not talking about any of that. They just, as a blanket, say, oh, there's a spike in Florida and we're going to restrict travel. This is 100% political. If we had a Democratic governor, this wouldn't even be talked about. But because we have freedom here in Florida and we don't have mass restrictions and we don't have shutdowns and lockdowns, which is what the Biden administration wants, they want to try to restrict people from traveling here. And it's ridiculous.
I'm booking my ticket. I'll see you in a couple weeks. Screw them.
Come on down. It's great weather.
Florida Congressman Greg Steube, thanks for coming on the program. We truly appreciate it. You're welcome back anytime, sir. You take care.
You too.